What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. I'm Nick. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've been following along with the build, thank you. I know Colin, you're out there, you're watching all my videos. Seems like you are too, Jace. Really thank you guys. I really can't believe that you guys are actually paying attention to this build. It means a lot to me as I try to grow and build this channel and my entire adventure and journey with this car that I have. But without further ado, I woke up this morning, I was thinking, man, maybe I should take those calipers off. Maybe I should take them down to 6651 and have them powder coated. Then I was thinking, oh man, you know, well, I did say in the last video that I would not be messing with stuff that is not broke. Then, you know, I started going back and forth, and that's what I do. I can't just leave stuff alone, and as you do, yep, I started painting the calipers. Well, you might be asking yourself, well, I thought you couldn't get the paint to stick. Well, I reached out to my buddy Jeff yesterday. My name is Jeff. And he's painted a lot of calipers before. And we started going over the entire process of what I was doing. And we determined that it was a little too cold to be applying the paint at that time. So I came out today during the time that he told me to come out, and lo and behold, the paint is actually sticking to the calipers. Shout out to Jeff, thank you man, really appreciate it. As you can see, I put the primer on all of the brake calipers all the way around. It's actually going on pretty nice, really even and smooth. I really like it, and you guys will be along for the journey. Alright, so I'm really happy with the way the calipers are turning out. I put a few coats on there, it's coming out beautifully. All I gotta do is let it dry. I'm gonna apply a decal that says R8, and then I'm gonna clear over it, and then we'll be done. Now that I'm done with this can, I just gotta throw it away. Alright guys, so there you have it. Behind me is the finished product, and I'm pretty happy with it. I would say pretty happy with it because we did make a couple of mistakes here. So as you can see, it looks pretty good. I like it. It is really bright, but as you can see right here underneath my finger, there's like a little divot, and that's from me putting the sticker on a little bit too early, and part of the paint peeled up underneath. That's just my fault, being premature about everything, and it happens. So I talked to Jeff about it. He said in the long run the sticker might not stick permanently, but I did clear over it. So the whole process was about 3 layers of primer, about 5 layers of paint, and then 4 layers of clear. I really like a lot of clear to make it really like a wet look. I really like a lot of gloss on it, and that's why I did so many. So I'm really happy with the way it came out. Although I mean, let's be honest, it could be better. And if the time comes in the future where I have to change the brake pads, I might just take the entire calipers apart, rebuild them, and at the same time that they go and get powder coated. But we'll see. This is good for now. I think it looks really nice. Now the issue I have is the wheels. You see the wheels over there? I'm thinking I want to powder coat them like I have on Miley. You can see the wheels on Miley. It has a gloss black lip, satin black face, and a chrome red barrel. The chrome red I thought would look nice if you're actually looking for details. You can't really see it unless you're at like a certain angle, but I think it's a really nice touch when you're looking at it. And that's exactly what I want to do with these wheels, but everybody, when I tell them I want to change the color of the wheels, they say they like them. You know, they are nice looking wheels, but I think they would look nicer in the way that I just described to you. Well, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do right now, but we'll see as time goes on. I know that the wheels don't need it, so what I'm kind of thinking, when I need new tires for the car, I'll get them repowder coated, then get the tires on the car. But at the same time, the car is sitting here with the wheels off of it, and this wheel process will take a couple of days. It's not just like a monoblock wheel where I can take it over there, it'll be done in a couple hours, and they'll be back on the car. So what I have to do is have them take the tires off. Then I have to take the wheel apart myself because they're 3-piece wheels, then take them over there. They have to powder coat them. I have to pick them up, reassemble them, seal them. That takes 24 hours for this proper seal. Then put the tires on them. and then come back home and put the wheels on the car. That's an entire process. It's probably gonna be about 3 days, I would say, for me to do that. And it's just a long time when I have the time right now to do it. So that's kind of the dilemma I have. But I really think I should wait. I have been tinkering with too many things on the car, and this is probably one of those things that I should just probably wait. Why don't you leave a comment down below, tell me what you think. But I don't know, right now I'm kind of leaning towards waiting, but then again, I told you in the last video that I was gonna wait to do the powder coating on the brake calipers, and you see me literally next video over here painting them. So I guess time will tell. We'll see what happens when I wake up tomorrow. All right, guys, so it's the next day. Had a good night's sleep, hung out with Mario, had a good talk about the car. I'm really excited to get this thing done. I like that the ECU is ordered, but unfortunately, I got a call from work that I got to go to California next week, and so even though if I get the parts, I have to now cancel my appointment down at Audi Henderson, and I really hope that work doesn't take that long next week in California, so I can come back here and get this car done for both me and you. So that kind of sucks. Anyways, took the plastic off the car today, and as you can see, some of the plastic hit the top of the caliper right here, and it's messed it up a little bit, but I think that's okay, because if you look at it like this, it looks pretty good, and then if we took the wheel off, that's the only time you're really gonna notice that. So although it's a little disappointing, I'm not super concerned with that, so it's all right, it's all right. We're gonna get through it. So after talking with Mario yesterday, like I said, he had mentioned to me that he was concerned with how badly the corrosion was on the center pieces of the turbos. Now, if you move the turbo, if you move the wheels, there is no play whatsoever, so they're actually good, but the corrosion is quite bad, and I'll show you on further inspection. I discovered this. So as you can see here, the corrosion on this is quite bad. So I can put my hand in here and there's no play at all in the turbine shaft at all. So that's a good thing. But if you look closely, there is a hole from corrosion right here. You can see I'm sticking the pick right in there. So although we're good now, I do believe that we should probably just go ahead and change this out. And Mario's on the case with that. He's actually getting a hold of Sean down at Silly Rabbit Motorsports and ordering us a couple of new center cartridges. Mario's on the case with this, and he's contacting Sean down at Silly Rabbit Motorsports to get us a couple of new center sections. So all we have to replace is this part right here. Now, as you can see right here, there's an oil line at the top, there's an oil at the bottom, and this is actually where the coolant would flow through, and there's another channel on the other side. I'm not exactly sure why they wouldn't put the coolant lines through these, but the car didn't have any heat issues. I know that they tracked the car a little bit and there wasn't any heat issues with this. So I'm not exactly sure if that's something we should do. I did talk to Mario and he did suggest that if when we replace these, that we do add coolant lines to both the turbos. And you know, it can't hurt to do that. So the only thing we'd have to do is just add coolant hoses and then run the AN hoses to the coolant system. And we're done. All right, guys, so I have a borescope camera that hooks up to my phone via Bluetooth. So what I'm gonna do is actually put that down into the intake manifold because I was trying to see if it needed cleaned out or not. And Mario said yes, Alice said no, but since I have this camera, I'm gonna look down there and actually see if it needs it. If I do, then I'll just pull the intake manifold off, clean it, and we'll go from there. So let's start this. All right, so we got this borescope and you can see a little light on it. So we're gonna shine this down in there. So on the app, it actually has a record feature. So hopefully you guys can actually see this. So it's looking like it's pretty dirty, and that's a big problem with these direct injected motors. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually go ahead and remove this intake manifold and clean this stuff out. All right, so this is about as far as I got. I removed the throttle bodies and I removed all 12 bolts holding this down. I looked online, made sure there was only 12 bolts, but I still can't get it to move. So I'm not exactly sure what's holding it down still. I've climbed up in there, looked in all the nooks and crannies and can't find a obvious bolt. So text Mario. Hopefully he texts me back within a reasonable amount of time. Also asked Levi for some help. In the meantime, I'm gonna go inside, start editing this video for you guys, and if they decide to answer me or come over, then we'll get back out here and take this thing off for you guys. All right, guys, so I just had an unfortunate phone call from Mario. No, nothing really bad happened. He just has a couple employees that can't get it together. So he had to have some talks with them and everything today, and now he has to document everything because of the way his business is run on paper so that they have a history of this incidents as they move forward. Just like any other job, but now that he's a manager, he has to do all the paperwork, which sucks. You know why I'm mad? It's because he can't come over and hang out with me. And that seems to be the case a lot of these days, is because I have to go to see him, or he can't really come up here because he has to do paperwork. It's just, I want my friend back, man. That's just what it is. But anyways, he did tell me that since I have all 12 bolts out, the way the gasket sits in there and with all the heat, it almost essentially glues to the engine. So he said just put a little bit of pressure in a couple of places. He told me where to pry it up, and I did, and it started to come loose. So if you look now, it's loose. So all I gotta do is disconnect all these hoses, which I'm gonna do for you right now. We'll get this thing off of here, and then we'll take a peek inside those intakes. All right, guys, so as you can see behind me, I got the intake manifold on the left side all the way down, and it's looking pretty gross in there. They definitely need cleaned up. I really wish that I had Alice or Mario's help right now. It really sucks because I'm so paranoid after seeing the intake valves open. I mean, this is real. I mean, it's a lot of money right now. It's a lot of money to repair this. And I really want to do this for you guys on camera, but honestly, I don't know, like, it's really nerve-wracking. So we'll get through it. It'll get all clean, good as new, and we'll have this car back on the road hopefully by the end of next week. I really hope the end of next week. But as far as all that goes, I will not put this car back together without the expert help of Mario or Alish, because I am that paranoid about it. So with all that being said, if you like this video, hit that like button below, smash it if that's something you want to do, subscribe if you already haven't, and we'll see you in the next video.